Hey, Mike Perry here at Mike's Take on the Movies.com. Just taking some time to keep the dust off the movie shelf here. But the fun thing about doing that is it helps me rediscover films. So I'm up in the letter S, and I've come across a movie I need to check out again. 1975's The Sunshine Boys. Walter Matthau, George Burns, Richard Benjamin from screenwriter Neil Simon. It was actually a Broadway play in 1972. And by the time they were ready to put it before the camera in 75, it had gone through a lot of casting changes. The film's about a couple of old vaudeville comedians, and they're going to reunite for a television special. The problem is they haven't spoken in like 30 years, and they can't stand each other. So you got Richard Benjamin as Walter Matthau's nephew trying to get them to reunite, be nice to each other, and he's going to hopefully make a few bucks on the side. Leading up to the production of the film, it had gone through Jack Benny, Red Skelton, Hope and Crosby, as well as Phil Silvers attached to the film. By the time they get Walter Matthau on board, they get George Burns to join him. And Burns had not made a film, I think it's since 1939. That's 36 years prior to this. So that in itself was kind of a miracle that here's a guy that he's disappeared other than a few TV appearances over the years. And all of a sudden, he's in a major film, and he wins an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. The performances in the film are absolutely amazing. All three of them, Matthau, Burns, and Benjamin, swept the Golden Globes. Matthau would get an Oscar nomination out of the film. And the director, Herbert Ross, he had done some Neil Simon films after this one. He did California Suite, I Ought to Be in Pictures. Both of those films had Matthau. Matthau, of course, had done, I believe it's 6 Neil Simon films, starting with The Odd Couple in 1968, and I'm sure we're all familiar with that title. The film eventually would be remade for television as well. Apparently overseas it's been done a few times. In 1996, Woody Allen and Peter Falk would do a television film for American TV. But as far as a comedy goes, you can't do much better than this film. Matthau and George Burns, their timing is absolutely hilarious. It's kind of like most audiences today were very familiar with Matthau, Grumpy Old Men. It's a little bit like that character, but they're so nasty to each other, but there's a heart in there, and it's just a film that requires multiple viewing. The DVD actually includes screen tests with Phil Silvers and Jack Benny to give you a bit of a history involved, and it's just a comic gem. 1975 was a tough year. Matthau could have won an Oscar, but unfortunately that's the year Jack Nicholson had One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and that didn't bode well for anybody that year as far as Oscar nominations go. But as I said, he did sweep the Golden Globes. He got that award. If you haven't seen it, it's a must-see, and I dare you, after watching it, if somebody knocks on your door, to not imitate Walter Matthau. You're going to do it, and you're just going to go, "Enter!" Anyway, go get it. You won't be disappointed. I watched it about a year ago again. Introduced it to my son. He howled. It's just hilarious. So once again, if you haven't seen it, you need to. And as I always say, if you already have, go get it again, revisit it, and enjoy. Once again, Mike Perry at Mike'sTakeOnTheMovies.com. Thanks for watching. Back to dusting shelves.